I'm not a goal setter. I'm just not. I want to win every damn rodeo I enter and let that shit happen at the end, because I'm worried about this. That down there don't matter if I don't win this. And I know there's those set a goal. Well, hell, everybody wants to be a world champion. Duh. If that ain't what you're thinking to start with. But if you're only focused on that, what are you going to do with rodeo? I'm focused on this right here. And that's how I do. I know in 1999, I was world champion all 4 events. And I walked home and saw that on the back of my trailer. And I stopped and I teared up. And I thought, holy shit. I just won the tie down, the all around, the breakaway, and the heading. Ain't no mother better than me this year. No one.
Welcome back to the Let's Freakin' Rodeo podcast presented by Boot Barn. Today we got the woman in purple, JJ Hampton. We're talking about businesswoman, wife, amazing mother. She's electric. The language might be a little more than PG for those families out there, but trust me, JJ has a great heart. It was a lot of fun. And hey, amazing competitor, breakaway roper, 18-time world champion in multiple events. But you'll hear about that in the podcast. Light green, olive, LFR cap we got right here. New fishing shirts that are coming out. Keep commenting, keep telling us what you like and what you don't like. And thank you guys so much for the support. We love you, and let's freaking rodeo. Can't wait to see that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, JJ Hampton, the one and only. No more introduction needed. The one and only.
That's it.
Thank you for coming on.
You good to hold that?
Do I need to?
Yes, ma'am.
If there's any
Okay.
way.
You're good to go. 18-time world champion.
Yes.
Says it on your front gate. Big question off the rip. Your career. It's kind of just beginning in a few years, in a sense, this new wave of breakaway, this new generation, this new age of the sport, but also you're a veteran. So talk about how you feel about breakaway right now.
Well, it's come a long ways, and it's awesome to get to rope at the rodeos with everybody else that you've gone and watched for years, which most of the people I've rodeoed with at UPRAs and CPRAs anyways, the younger generation, because I've been doing it forever. So it's not like it's the only thing I don't like about it is I can't literally go to 8 rodeos a weekend and come home and still sell real estate and sleep in my own bed. Mm-hmm. And that's really the tough part for me. I love it. And the first summer that we got to do it, it was really cool. I had the badass driver, Sierra. You remember Sierra with the guns and the tats?
She was rank.
And we had the best summer and the best time ever rodeoing. And, it was really cool to get to do that and just enter all the rodeos. And sometimes we weren't up with all the guys, but just to be on the same playing field with them was really cool. Some people accepted us with open arms and we're glad we were there. There were others you could see them going, I don't know why they haven't breakaway and all that stuff. But, it is what it is. We're coming, whether you like it or not, and we're going to be there.
I talk to Larry D. Me and him talk about it all the time. Rodeo is amazing for so many reasons, but really and truthfully, just the love of the game is what gets me going. And the breakaway ropers, the discipline for all those years, you guys had to just love it. You weren't making a living, with going to all these different rodeos and stuff. I mean, I remember you and Angie and Marty being loaded up and y'all going because you loved it. And so to see it kind of pay off and see you guys get to be on the big stages and see AT&T Center go crazy for you at San Antonio Rodeo is pretty special. But tell me kind of about all of that time and all those years that you put into the craft of breakaway roping.
Yeah, I started, Jamie Markham, it was 1991 before my granddad passed away. And I started a team roping and she said, why don't you enter these, they were PWRA at the time, rodeos. And I said, okay. So I go home, I say, Big Marty, we got to tie down. So Big Marty, gonna miss horse, we practiced tying down. And Lord help, I'm telling you, I tied a couple down. I thought, holy shit, this is way harder than it looks. I tied goats and it was really good at it and successful, but never tied calves. And so I worked it. Yeah, it was bad. I was like, holy hell. But anyways, we kept working. Big Marty helped me, tie down. And that's kind of where I started going to that. Me and Jamie were rodeoing and literally 9 would be entered in the LRCA rodeos. And that was the best because it paid more. And then it just kept growing from there and growing from there. And I was talking to him, Cole, before. When we won world titles, we traveled all over. We'd go to California, Missouri, Wyoming. We went everywhere. And we had ropings at our house. Pam Minnick had ropings. We went 2 weeks in Wyoming. Douglas used to be an all-girl rodeo. And those were the biggest ones because they get 100 entries in every event. And it was awesome. But we actually traveled and rodeoed and went somewhere. Yeah. And we loved it. because it did not pay.
You had to love it. I mean,
yeah, just you just love what you do, and actually it's cheaper to go then. Horses weren't expensive, rigs weren't, but man, we loved to rope. I mean, me and Jamie Markham went to more UPRA, CPA rodeos and everything we could get to for the love of breakaway roping.
mm-hmm.
I mean, craved it. I loved rodeo, and my uncle said, "Where are you going this weekend?" I'd list about 8-10 rodeos. He goes, "You can't get there from here." I said, "Yes, I can." I mean, I would rodeo. And like when I was rodeo in the summer, the first year they had it, I didn't miss one. If I could get in there or figure out a way to get to it, I did. Ricky's like, "Honey," I go, "Dude, I'm out here. I'm not going to sit idle one day and waste my time. I'm going somewhere."
And that wasn't a financially smart decision in terms of like, I can make money doing it. It was,
no,
I just want to rope.
I just want to go rodeo. And that's exactly what I did.
So UPRA, you just said another PRA, WPRA, PRCA, you know, it's like there's so many. When you look back at world championships, it seems like national championships, we talked about that earlier. If you can go back to your first world title and kind of give us a breakdown of what the evolution of women's rodeo has been and how we got here, because I feel like I don't really know the depths of all the organizations, and I feel like our audience may not either.
Well, the PWRA we actually had bull riding, bareback riding, tie down, team roping, calf roping, and barrels. And that's what those rodeos were. Jan Urin is in the National Cowgirl Hall of Fame too, and she is a bareback rider. And oh my gosh, she was 60-something years old doing it when we went.
Bareback, yeah, Larry D talked about her.
Yeah, Jan Urin is my friend and awesome. Sherry Mel, Betty Gail Cooper was still going at the time when I started doing all this. I mean, there was a lot of people who put time into this, and that's what you went to, was the PWA rodeos. And if they had a rodeo, normally you had a jackpot the day before and the day after or the day of, so that we went to 2 or 3 events while we were there. And we all donated our time. We all pushed calves for each other. Matter of fact, one of our friends one time, this girl is funny to me, Kenna Squires, now said, "Damn, the shoot help even starts to look good at these." Yeah, so it was, we just rode. We loved it though. I mean, most of the same group of people went. We didn't have TV or, you know, they didn't know who you were or whatever. But what was funny to me is the people in Colorado. I went to Polly Madden's house one time. She had a jackpot on that 2-week run, and we were in Wyoming, and, I was in the standings, but people didn't know you. Like, they didn't know your name, and her husband was working the shoot. And he didn't hear him call my name, and I roped. He goes, "That was her, wasn't it?" And so it was cool to me because that lady's my friend still. I made friends with all these people, but they didn't know who you were. And so it's kind of cool to see how it's evolved, that now we're household names. People know who we are. They see us. They message you. They want to know the night you're up at the rodeo. "Where are you going this weekend? I want to watch you." And the way it's evolved of that through TV is something else. But don't get me wrong, we had a blast going to those rodeos. I mean, me and Angie and Marty, he would be in a car seat going with us, and everybody helped everybody. We just loved it. I mean, it was really fun back in the day to go to those. And then you would go to UPRAs when they started that on the side. And then it just kept getting bigger, and they'd have more rodeos, and they'd add more money. And then we raised our fees, and it got to where it paid good. And, you know, I think it was, I don't even remember what year it was, but I remember I went to the announcer stand and Fred was there, and he goes, "Holy hell, who in the hell would breakaway roping and already have $30,000 won?" And I did.
It was like 2016, 17, because I was amateur rodeo, and I was looking at standings. I'm just trying to make the UPRA finals. JJ's got everybody lap doubled. He got like 31,000 won before the UPRA finals.
Yeah, like that horse Easy I had was so good. Like, I won, you know, the UPRA. I did it several years though. I'd win the UPRA and CPRA 3 years in a row, back to back at the same time on different horses. I did it on Roscoe. I did it on Easy, and I did it on, what's her little name? Anyways, yeah, I suck at names, but yeah, I mean, it's been cool going through all these stages because I've been doing this for a long time. And, you know, the last couple of years have not been the greatest for me. I had my knee replaced, and I'm going to tell y'all something that's tough. I didn't realize all the bad habits I had because of my leg. And I've been working at it, and I worked at it during that because we'd come home at night and I'd miss. I said, "Honey, pin them," and I'd rope. But I did, and he would be like, "What? It's 2:30 in the morning." I said, "I don't give a damn. We're roping," and we did. He helped me. I mean, Ricky has helped me a lot because I never quit. Like, I don't like to lose. I'm not saying lose, but I don't want to not take my shot or perform at how good I think I can be. It really isn't. Yeah, I want to win. Don't get me wrong, but I want to perform well, and I wasn't, and I haven't been, and I've been roping, going back to the basics, like my dad would make me do and rope the track calf and practice getting back in the front where I rope, because I rope over my horse. And for anybody watching this, you have to keep working at it. I mean, these girls are phenomenal. Like, they don't play. And there's so many of them with good horses that can rope and can draw a good calf that you're going to get beat. So you better, by God, throw your rope. So I'm telling y'all right now, learn to take a damn chance. Because if you're scared to take a chance, you are not going to make it in breakaway roping.
You ain't going to win nothing.
No, I tell people, you can't be scared to try it on. And for the longest time, I would rope, and I'll never forget. So I was getting Texas. I made one badass run. I mean, Bubba Kieran, as I walked by, he goes, "I'll pay you for second right now." I said, "No, thank you. I'm going to win first." Because I mean, I'm not being, but when back in the day, I took 2 things every time, just like I love to do. And I'd win first. Nobody could beat me. They just couldn't, they wouldn't do it. Nobody would throw their rope. Well, these girls have stepped it up, started throwing their rope, and it's a different game. But I was the one who was fast all the time. And like where people are 1.5 or, I mean, whatever they are, I'm not really a 1.5 roper. But if you're supposed to be 2.5, that's when I'm 1.9. I mean, it's just how when you're not supposed to be, I can do it.
Yeah, I mean, just like you win all 3 rounds at Reno. I mean,
oh, I know. I was telling him I'm 40% Merino. I don't know how many people have ever done that, but that was awesome. Like,
that was rank.
Oh my God, to know that. I mean, well, I got excited, and that I was telling him the night when I was 2 flat in that perf, the crowd just went crazy for me. They didn't really know me. They went crazy. Well, the committee was like, "Oh my God, you got to win this. We want you to win this so bad." And they started rooting for me. And then when I came back to short round, I'm 2 flat again to win it.
She got to be like 4 or 5 seconds to win it. And she goes 2 flat, wins the short round.
Yes.
Just launched it.
Threw my hat, yeah, and then my horse go crazy. I go over there, and they are talking. Finally, they say to me, I go, "Woo!" Hey, this crowd goes ballistic. I mean, it was the coolest thing. But that's the first time people got to know me. And then I was excited. And the people were like, "Oh, my God." Like, I got more texts that night from even contestants like, "So glad you did that." Like, I don't know. I know how hard we all work at this. When you beat these people, it's something to be proud of. And I'm not being like cocky by saying that, but you should celebrate your victory.
Yep.
I mean, you worked hard for it, and I don't mind doing it because, by God, I just 40% of Reno, Nevada. My God, I'm on cloud 9 and think you can do no wrong. And that's when it didn't pay equal money, because if now I'd have got out of there 25,000. Instead, I got out of there with 7,500, which was fine because, hell, who's ever done that? But how cool was that?
That's extreme. Were you always like that as a kid? I mean,
oh, hell yeah.
Firecracker.
Oh,
let's honey pin them.
Every time. Yeah, I drove my sister, my parents, everybody crazy. I mean, I just, if I wanted to do something and you told me no, you would end up saying yes because I'd drive you nuts.
Well,
I just don't accept no. I do it in real estate too. You tell me no and I'm going to get it done. I don't accept no as an answer.
That's probably why you're so successful.
Yeah, I mean, people say no. I don't just go, "Okay, no." I mean, I'm not like,
"What are we gonna do?"
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna go back. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it work. Whether it's roping or, I mean, whatever it is, I'm gonna find a way because that's just who I am. I have no quit in me unless it's totally dead. I don't give up, and that's what I don't know. I guess I'm really proud of that because I don't. No matter what it is, what's happening. I mean, Lord knows, a couple of times I wanted to quit roping. I thought, "My God, I suck, Ricky." He goes, "Yeah, you kind of do," and that's. I mean, he did. Like, we went to roping, and it was pathetic. And I was trying all these horses. I was going to buy all these horses, and I'm like, this is not horses. My horses are not going to fix me. And this is about 2 months ago. I come home and get on the track calf and do a few things to my roan horse because I'm like, I'm trying horses for $85,000 that aren't as good as the one I got. So pull your head out of your ass, get your shit out there and get it together. And I just roped that track calf 3 or 4 days in a row. We went to a jackpot, and I walk up, and Ricky goes, "Ooh, who the hell are you? Like, where the hell did this come from?" And I felt it again. Yep. I mean, we all go through slumps and stuff, but it had been a long time, and finally I figured out what it was because I'd just gone out there roping and not kind of paying attention to what I needed to do.
So if you got a 15, 16-year-old girl listening to this and she's going through a slump, because I see it a lot in young ropers, especially breakaway ropers, where they just have no confidence and don't know what to do, what would you say? Just work harder? I mean,
No, I say get out there and rope the track calf, get your loop back, and then keep entering. I mean, I missed 19 in a row, and I won the 20th round. I mean, NFR, we were talking about it. I went, this was the second year we went, and it was at the Orleans, and literally 5 calves, you rope so fast, it goes by like nothing. I missed, I never caught a cat. Go the second day. Well, when I go out the truck, everybody's like, "Oh my God, honey." They're all feeling sorry for me. Well, the second day, even the contestants are feeling sorry for me because it's going bad. And the 9th round, my calf went left, and I ran up there and took 2 extra swings and roped the calf. Rick goes, why didn't you throw it? I said, honey, I got to catch a calf. Like, I got to get my loop back. And I won the 10th round.
Wow.
So I told Cole, I was seeing women back there that they were doing better than I was, cussing their husbands, their dads, whooping their horses. And I'm like, man, I made us something better than that. I'm not that down, and this does not define me, and I'm going to catch this damn calf, and if it's not this one, it's the next one. And I bared down and won the 10th round, and everybody went crazy. Nobody even remembered that I missed all them other calves. Nobody gave it. Yeah. And I didn't really care either, because at this point, what am I going to do about it, right?
Mm.
So I just tell you, you can't get down on yourself because it's not going your way, because it's not going to go your way all the time. I've seen you talk to you somewhere. Remember that one summer you started out and it was awful for you. You were down the dumps. I'm like, Ty, you got this, buddy. Don't back down. Bear down. You got this. Do you remember that?
I remember.
I know. I said, dude, don't get down. You're badass. Like, you got this. It's just, you're 1 knot away from a win. And that's what I tell people. 1 knot away. It's all you got to remember. You're 1 knot away from a win. What you got to do?
Cole, that's the truth, Bubba.
That's the JJ Hampton mentality. I think people would go. I mean, we're talking about time. I'm talking about in general. You could go from 2-time world champ to 5-time world champ. You can go from 0 to 1. You'd go. That is extraordinary, honestly. What the National Finals Breakaway Open? Tell us, walk through it. It like, what is it like as a contestant to compete in it?
It's. Well, I just want to say. I mean, it's. I want to say it's terrible. Like, you literally go rope 5 calves as fast as you can rope them with no break. And you just have to go. Like, you don't even remember what you just did. And you can't really look at your calf that went the run before because it's going so fast. It's very fast. And I really wish that spread out just a little more for the girls to give them a chance to do that, because it goes so fast, y'all. Everybody runs 5 calves in 2 hours or less. And they're, rushing you. I know y'all get rushed at the NFR too, but it just needs to be a little different for them. You know what I mean? Like, you work all year for that, and you literally rope in 2 hours. That's what you get.
Mm.
I feel like they need to move it. I know I'm not on the board or logistics, but maybe the day the finals start and the next morning, because it only takes 2 hours. That way people can go watch these women and girls, because they've earned it. Families there. It's not very crowded. It just, you know what I mean? Like, you rodeo all year and you rodeo hard. It is a lot. I mean, men or women, it's a lot. And you deserve somebody to be there cheering you on, I think.
That's what I was going to ask you about. You opened up with the story of trying to make that rodeo Uber to Uber and stuff. But, for the people that haven't rodeoed, which not very many people have had the opportunity to do it, it's a lot. He goes out there a week or two at a time, and he knows, but tell us kind of about the summer of rodeoing and what it's like.
Well, like, you enter one and you go to the next one, and it's a 12-hour drive. Or the next one, if you say how far is to the next rodeo, it's 6 hours. You're like, oh my God, this is a cakewalk. I mean, it's literally 20 hours to the next one. I mean, it is constant driving and hardly ever get you a rest. I mean, I'm sure people enter a little different, but they're never close together.
No.
I mean, there may be one weekend that you get to go to 3 in Washington that are right close together without killing yourself. But I mean, you go from Spanish Fork to Salinas, Cheyenne to Salinas. I mean, you're all over the place. Reno, we got to go right to Greeley, and then back when you make the short round. Then if you want to go to Pecos, you got to drive 20 hours. And if you enter Prineville, you're driving 24 hours. And I went from Pecos. Sierra and I went from Pecos to Prineville straight through. It's 20-something hour drive. And I'm going to tell you, that last stretch where you only see that one little rock building on your right with the gas station with the little man and woman that own it. Oh, I made friends. Yeah,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
You know exactly. It's the only place to get diesel, the only place to stop and get out and walk.
Hey, don't pass it. If you're under half a tank, don't pass it. You better stop.
No, you better make sure you got the fuel. And that was crazy to me. Another thing I thought was funny is how many chips in your windshield you get.
Unbelievable.
They only do road construction in the summer. You don't think about that. I didn't. I go, Ricky, my windshield looks like everybody else's did too, but they do road construction this summer, and oh my God, your windshield gets ruined.
Do you feel like that's the type of personality that succeeds in rodeo, or have you seen other personalities that they're completely wired different than you and they can succeed too?
Well, Larry D's successful. She's not wired like me. I mean, she's not. I mean, it's different. Just kind of depends on that winner's mentality. Larry D's methodical. She thinks about what she says. Me and Hope are like, we're going to buy this deal. I think we should think about it. Nope, we're buying it. I mean, that's kind of how it is with her. I mean, I love Larry D. She's been one of my dear friends since we were an 8 and under in AGRA. But I think different personalities still can win. I mean, I just know I get a lot more done, and people, I don't know, you walk in my shoes and you'll see. I mean, I get a lot done. I drive Ricky and Kason crazy because I put so much in a day. I'm getting better at saying no to things because you kind of have to. Or I feel like you have the right to say no to people to do things, because I will go and do too much and then be overwhelmed by all the stuff I'm doing at one time. But, I don't think you have to be like me. I mean, you go with somebody that's opposite of you, it kind of helps. Like I rodeo with Tiata. Tiata's laid back. I get up early in the morning. I go feed all the horses, clean all the stalls, because I look to go in the mornings. If it's late, somebody else needs to do it, because I'm not a night person. I don't like it. I'll take the 3 a.m. shift every time and make it. You wake me up before 3, I'm not as good, but I'm an early bird morning person. Yeah.
I mean, this is your interview, but sorry for stepping in, but I think JJ can be successful, or Tiata can be successful, whatever it is, as long as you know your strengths and you play to them. And if you have your weaknesses, then if you have a traveling partner or a husband or a driver or whoever that is, and then they can pick up maybe you call it slack. I don't know. It feels like when I rodeo with Braden, he is a total opposite of me. But we both have learned to have success by him picking up in ways that I might not be the best at, just with his chill personality. I don't know. It's interesting because Caleb Smith is so much different than Trevor Brazil or me, or Haven's way more different than Riley. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. You got to find the person that kind of fits you, that does things alike. I'm very picky about, I have all kinds of little things that are important to me, and it's just best that I don't, I don't like people riding with me, really. I mean, I'll give people rides, but I don't. I mean, I want to stop when I want to stop. And one girl goes, well, you can pull something. We'll stop and go to the bathroom. I said, you're riding with me. I'll do it the F I want. Like, you're not telling me it's okay if I stop. I'm just laying it right down for you. You don't think I need your permission, honey, because I don't, and that's why I always have my own rig, because I do. If I want to pull over and shop or do whatever the hell I want, eat somewhere, whatever, I'm going to do it. I don't want to have to ask and then somebody get mad at me because this is what I want to do,
I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun getting to talk to all these people and see how everybody's different brain and how they work. Different. Everybody's so different in their different ways.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all have our little things that some people, nothing bothers them, and they're so laid back, and I'm not that way, really.
So we talked about summer rodeos. We kind of talked about that, but talk about building rodeos, specifically the last 5 or so years. From my opinion, the legend of your story, your JJ, has grown exponentially. Specifically, Cowboy Channel, specifically San Antonio Rodeo. Talk to me about what life has been like since these last 5 years.
Well, like after Reno, and I opened up and people saw me do that, they started becoming my fans, and that's when they started kind of following me. That opened the door for this. And then when we were at San Antonio that year, and I roped, and I'd been struggling, and I was 1-8 the first night, and I'm like, and whatever, and fist pump and high five, and then I go around the crowd and I high five all the people. But that's who I am, and I've been doing it Prairie Rodeos for years. I high five every kid when I get my rope and go around there, and I like to include the crowd in what we do. I think it's important. They're there to see us. Whether I win or lose, I'm gonna be nice to them. That's why I wave. Do I want to lose? No. But at the end of the day, most of the time, those people don't remember if I caught or I missed. They just want me to include them.
They remember that purple hat.
They do.
And that smile.
They do. But when I walked out San Antonio, holy moly, those people went ballistic. I mean, the people from San Antonio come to watch me, and it is insane. And I'd go up there. I bet I took 200 pictures that night, when I went to the concert. But I got goosebumps. I walked in there, and that place roared. And I thought, this is what it's like.
I'm telling you.
This is what it's all about.
Dude,
I think not only did it get loud, but I think it's one of the loudest. I grew up south of San Antonio, so that's where I went 30 minutes away, and I've been there a lot. It's one of the loudest I've ever heard it.
Yes.
In the rodeo.
Oh, I know.
From my personal experience.
It was nuts. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I just was like, oh my God. And then at Fort Worth, same thing. These people go nuts. The girl behind me said, my horse wouldn't go in the box after you rope. Like, these people went ballistic. Houston's not as much because too big. You can't hear that. But those little little ones like that. I mean,
man.
it's freaking phenomenal.
And you got that much crowd exposure from all the winning you've done. But I swear this year she misses and she walks out and waves and smiles and they get louder right there. So it's breakaway then calf roping for everybody that don't know. They get louder right there than they did about 10 minutes later when I went 7 flat and win the round. I promise, twice as loud after she missed. Like, that's crazy though about what our sport and everything. They just want to come. They want to see you and see your personality, and they fall in love with it. They just want to be entertained. You know, that's you're more entertaining to them right there than my 7 flat was. You know, it's pretty wild. And
it is wild. You know,
I mean, it don't have to be a calf roper or a saddle bronc rider or whatever. If a breakaway roper comes in there and is entertaining them like that, who are you going to tell? You can't tell me that don't sell.
No, I know. I love the people. I like to love on the people. I talk to everybody. I try to talk to everybody. And if you want to see me, Ricky says I'm not approachable and I'm very intimidating, but I'm just me, and I'm not. I'm nice and I'll talk to anybody. So I tell people, girls won't come talk to me. I'm like, why? I'm like, I'll do whatever for you, man. You just need to have the balls to come talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. I don't even understand how he says I'm intimidating, but whatever. It's all good.
There's got to have been times when you're getting in these interviews and you're getting on the Cowboy Channel and there's people interviewing you that are uncomfortable. I mean, has there been times like that where you're...
No, not really, because I'm easy to talk to. So they can bounce questions off me instead. I don't just stand there like this.
It's probably more refreshing, actually.
Well, it is. So they can ask me any question, and we could go on for days, honestly. My interviews seem to be longer than most because I answer back, and we get to rolling and get to talking, and it's easy. You know, you watch some people who, they just can't do it. Like, I've got a friend, I said, dude, we got to work on your interviews. That was terrible.
You're not going to name names, throw them out there?
No, I don't want to do that because they're my friend. A couple of them. One answer, yes, nope, yes, and walk off, which that's them. And like people said, another breakaway told her friend, the crowd goes crazy for JJ. Like, I mean, I need to do something. And she's like, nah, it'll come off phony. Yep. It's not phony for me. Yep. That's who I am. And so they buy into it, know it's real. I'm not fake doing this. I mean, come on, Yeah. I mean, Marty makes fun of me because I wave. He does this. I said, but what is it? You may feel me if you want, but I'm going to wave at the people. I hate that I missed. I don't like losing, but it's not their fault that I freaking missed. So I'm going to be nice and thank them. And I didn't even realize that people like young girls watch it. I'll never forget this. I was at the U-Break finals, I hadn't caught a calf, and I still wave and I'm cheerful of the crowd. And this guy's daughter said, did you see JJ? Like, she wasn't even upset that she missed. Like, she got over it. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, you know what you told my daughter? Like, it's okay to mess up. Mm-hmm. It's okay to still be happy that you made that run or whatever. And little girls looking up to me. And that's what people say, my sportsmanship, because I do wave at the crowd. It's huge to people sitting at home that I can walk out there and, people get mad and yank their rope and all that. And I'm not saying I haven't been guilty of that before, because I have, but I try not to. My thing is, I tell Casey, don't ever let them see you sweat. You may be mad as hell, but don't show them you're weak or mad. You go to the trailer and have a fit, whatever you want to do, but don't you dare let people see you sweat, because that's just what I think. I think, that run, I didn't like it, but it's not going to keep me down. I mean, hell, like I said, I missed 19 in a row, and 20th, I fought back. Most people, they'd have quit.
It's amazing because you are so positive. You let it blow off of you, but you're also realistic with yourself. You come back to the house, hey, pin them. I'm going to get this track calf out. I'm going to work on this. I think there's people that lean both ways. I think people are too hard on themselves sometimes, and I think some people aren't realistic. They just keep making excuses. Oh, this bad calf, bad draw. Next time it'll work, whatever. So it's cool to see you take responsibility, accountability, stay positive, fix it, and move on to the next one. I think that's something that we keep seeing repetitively. There's some common denominators in the legends and the champions that we interview, and that's one thing you see a lot. People that take responsibility can put the hard work in, but also stay confident and go on to the next one.
Yeah, because nobody's perfect. And I don't get wrong, I'm hard on myself too. I don't like messing up. I don't like losing. But at the end of the day, if I linger on that or I harp on that, I'm not going to be ready to win the next one. Yeah. And by God, I'm a winner and I want to win. So I watched that one time, I delete them. I only have good videos in my deal. Them misses are gone. I know what I did wrong. I ain't doing that crap again. Like, I don't want to watch that. I'll go back. If I'm like, whatever, I go back and watch them Reno videos and shit, I get so pumped up, I'm ready to rope. And honestly, you know what I mean? That's what I tell kids. Visualize a run that you made that was your best run. And before you go in the box, see it. And it's there.
You ready to pick up that mic? The people already know what's coming.
What is it, baby?
Telling us, we're going to tell you about our presenting sponsor, Boot Barn.
Not only did you make me and guys like me and Cole look professional, you take what you love to feed America, protect America, and build America into our lives every day.
Boot Barn's been working with us for multiple episodes now, and y'all know what the deal is. They sponsor over 600 rodeos across the country, have over 450 store locations. So if you want something from the East Coast to the West Coast, North, South,
Coast to coast, baby.
they support us. They support our industry. They support Ty's event. They support this career path that we do. Big thanks to Boot Barn. If you need Western gear, please go to Boot Barn and shop everything you need, and they got you covered.
I don't know if you saw, but these slick new boots, you can get some like that at bootbarn.com or visit one of your locations from coast to coast. 450 locations.
Thanks, guys, and let's get back into the podcast.
And like you said, it might be rope, drive 8 hours on another one, drive 12 hours on another one. I mean, this is so fast. You better be having that crap out of your head pretty quick. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
In the summer run especially. I mean, you better stay confident and be ready to rope.
Well,
Now,
yeah, because then you're flying somewhere and then somebody else has your horses. I mean, I don't think, like you said, people understand how much planning and things go into getting all this stuff done to be ready to go. Like we go on vacation. We're leaving for Alaska this afternoon. We're going. Well, I'm also going to Calgary qualifier because I'd like to rope at Calgary because, Lord, can you imagine that? I would love to go rope there and get that crowd going even more because it's so loud. I mean, yeah, hopefully I do, but whatever. That would be awesome, I think, because that place is wild and it would be cool. But so logistically, I'm having to plan all this, have my horse ready, get my saddle loaded so that, our rig can go and get all that done. And it's a lot. I mean, it is a lot for people to rodeo. And you see people go to one or two, but when you're gone, it's just different. Like you have nothing to go home to. And I know maybe you fly home every once in a while or something, but you want a piece of home with you every now and then because you need it.
I told them boys I'm getting, them young guys that I take rodeoing with me, my brother Braden and Nick Achille. And I told them, I said, yeah, stuff's going to happen in the summer, but you better make sure that when you leave, everything is prepared as possible from your horse, your rig, your equipment, your body, your roping, your mentality. I mean, you're going to hit some bumps in the road, no doubt. I don't care who you are, but you better be as prepared as possible in every aspect.
Oh, yeah. You better make sure you got all the equipment you need, your ropes you need. And I'm an overpacker anyway, so I got anything anybody needs. I mean, I do. I don't like going and not having what I need. That just something. I mean, I have extra of everything.
So, a little change of subject. We hadn't talked about it yet, but before we were recording, you said there's some controversy around your 18th title.
Yes.
Can you unpack that for us?
Yes. What year was that? I'm terrible at years.
You're trying to make him look bad over there.
Well, no, I'm just saying
I
go from one to the next. Where is that saddle somewhere? It's probably at the office. The first year they had breakaway at when do we rope in Texas? Ty?
2020.
2020. So we go down to September. Kelsey and I have like 80-something thousand a piece won in the WPR breakaway. We go to a jackpot. It's the last event in Hempstead. They have that little jackpot. And I win first in a round, second round, win the average, win over 6,000. I secure my 18th world title. The PRC decides before Stephenville, after the books had closed the Stephenville Pro Rodeo, that we're going to have an NFBR. Only had 20 rodeos, but we're going to have an NFBR. So my buckle says world champion, but then they call it a national champion because they decided at the last minute to have those finals.
Yeah, that was wild. I remember that was last minute type deal, which I guess also I think it was like September when they told us that we were going to be roping for good money that year. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was really
Thanks,
wild.
China.
But to think that we
the Rona.
Yeah, I mean, I know having to rope with mask, and I kept getting in trouble because I can't stand them things, and they're down in your face and stuff. But that's what happened that year. I mean, at the last minute, they decided to have finals. Did it after the books were closed at the last rodeo, so nobody could even enter and try to get in on it. It was just
you are a world champion that year, but you weren't the national champion. They called that the national championship that year, but
yes, yeah, and that was still national. So when you win that, but that goes to another thing. We now have a finals. When we rodeoed, you had finals. Top 15 qualify, you do it. Seemed like after the bull riding and kind of the bareback riding went awry, they just slowed down having those rodeos. I don't know when, but it did die and kind of quit. Well, now you go to the finals. They let anybody enter them who has a card. You don't have to go anywhere, and you get a world title for winning a jackpot.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is
a little different deal.
It is.
I didn't even know, and I know a lot of our fans don't, because I didn't even know about the PWRA rodeos and you guys going everywhere. And I knew you had 18 world titles, and I knew that was significant and that you obviously had to work for it, but I didn't know exactly the links that you had to do. I mean,
oh yeah, we rodeoed everywhere and put on our own jackpots and did all kinds of stuff to win those. I mean, it was like y'all, but it was just we went to different places. And some California, like I roped at Reading before.
Really?
Yeah, they had an all-girl rodeo at Reading one night, and we got to rope there. What's that? They just had them all over the place. And I'll tell you what, this is a great story about my sister. You're gonna love this. So we're in California, and we have to rope on this football field after the football game, and it gets dew and it's slick and it's wet. Okay, so we're having our rodeo, and
after a football game.
Yeah, Friday. It was on Friday night.
Friday night high school football game.
Yeah, and we can't start the rodeo till after the football game's over. That's where we rope.
It's like 11 o'clock at night.
I know it was late, but there's these guys sitting on the fence, and they're making fun of all of us roping, us women ropers. And Angie turns around. He said, "Listen here, buddy. If you was anybody, you sure wouldn't be at a PWRA rodeo on a Friday night. So shut up." Hey, this dude.
I could picture her saying
no,
that.
man, she lit him up. It was the funniest damn thing. But if you was anybody, you sure as hell wouldn't be at a PWRA rodeo on a Friday night. It was the damnedest thing ever. My sister could come up with stuff, but
she's quick-witted.
But here's everything. Like me, I don't really care what anybody says about me. I just there's a post, and you don't make this funny face in the box. I'm a mouth open.
Yeah.
All the videos. Well, somebody made some rude comment about it, and I said, well, maybe I should try to shut my mouth. Oh my God, that was a joke. I wasn't even worried about roping. I said, F that person. Like, if you don't like it, then don't watch my damn videos. If you think I'm a crackhead, don't watch it. I mean, that's your deal. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I'm going to be me and too freaking bad for you. If you don't like it, then kiss my ass. You know what I mean? My self-worth is not about what somebody thinks of me. You know what I mean? I try to be nice to people and encourage people, and I am a giver, and I will do anything for anybody, but I'm JJ, and that's how it is. And you got to be good in your own skin. You know what I mean? Like, I was fat most of my life, and people made fun of me, but I kicked their ever-loving ass. Fat and all. I mean, I was a world champion careful over all them times fat. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking,
this is what we came for, Rex.
Well, I'm just saying, though, I was. And I told people, like, don't let something like that deter you from being a champion, dude. Like,
100%.
I was fat as hell and I won. I mean, that did not bother me. Like, I figured out how to do it. Matter of fact, they call me a twig now and tell me I need to gain weight. And it's so funny because I was big for so long. I mean, even when I thought I was little, I wasn't little. It's crazy. But that's why I always tell kids in all my speeches and when I talk at rodeos or do whatever, I'm like, dude, do not let anything you think could hinder you from being a damn world champion, because it doesn't have to. It's up here.
You reminded me when you're talking about Joe Beaver. Like, when I interviewed, for the first podcast we did with him, he said that almost some of the verbatim stuff you're saying, to be great, you gotta have an almost over the top mentality to accomplish the things that you've accomplished, all the greats.
One, I'm not cocky, and I don't talk down to people, and I don't act like I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. And I know that. I know I'm a winner, but I don't do that. I encourage the people who aren't winning. I mean, if I see you and I know something's going on, like I called this little college girl, I called her at 7:30. I'd watched her at Austin. She was all over the place. I've been helping them at Tarleton rope some too. I called her at 7:30. She goes, hello? Like, why am I calling her this? I said, you need to switch ropes. That rope sucks. It's causing you to do all this. You can't find your tip. I'm going to bring you a rope to the jackpot. I brought her a rope. This girl started catching. She's like, oh my God. I said, yeah, your rope. You were all over the place trying to do it. Your horses aren't working. Your shit's all messed up. And it's all the damn rope. And she goes, holy crap, it was. I go, yeah, a simple thing like a rope. But what if I didn't take the time to call her? She'd been struggling. I mean, she'd still be struggling, but I don't mind helping somebody. And I want you to be the best you can be on the day I beat you. I'm not one of these people who I see girls that try to intimidate other girls or talk down to them. No. I'm going to talk you up because I'm going to beat you when you're at your best. I don't want to beat you when you're not, or for me not helping you to be good. I mean, what kind of winner would you be?
Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy coaching?
Yes.
Do you do a lot of it?
Well, I actually had a roping school a couple of weeks ago, and it went really well. I've done 2 with Scott Cormos, which were good, but this was a little more, there was like intimate because I got to help the girls more. So yes, I do. I give lessons, and it's not so much I pick apart your roping. That's more Larry D's thing. But when they leave my arena, their chin's up, their chest out, and they know they're going to go catch that next calf. They think they can do this. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at breathing life into someone who maybe doesn't have any. Yeah, I can help you do a few things because I know I didn't learn how to rope right. I learned how to win.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And that's a difference.
Like me chills.
Larry D roped right, caught every calf. I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I figured out how to rope to win. And Larry D will tell you she's having to try to figure out how to rope to win because she was so much of just a catcher. And she'll tell you that.
Well,
I didn't learn to catch. I learned to win.
And just like you said, the game has evolved so much. Everybody's getting so much tougher, getting so much faster, taking it more serious like y'all did all those years. You guys were at a tier of the people that put the work in. From the outside looking in, that's what it looks like to me, that you guys worked at it harder than everybody else, and that's why it was nowhere close how bad you beat them. But now there's so many girls that are taking it serious, and it's good for the sport. I mean, competition's always good. But, man, it's getting tough.
No, it's tough. They're learning how to take chances. Before, nobody would. They just thought catching was the game. Well, catching wasn't the game for me. I'm going to tell you, I'd rather throw it right there and try to win something than go to the end of the arena and pat myself on the back because I caught. Who gives a damn?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? I tell girls, you rope before this line or pull up because we ain't roping down there. This is where it's at. Pull up. And I make them.
Talk about that.
And, like, because people
Just throw it,
like
man.
the one girl at the roping school, her dad said, my kid will not throw a rope. She can catch, she won't throw a rope. Hey, I got this girl to throw on a rope. She was lights out. And it was simple.
Really?
It was easy. I mean, it was simple. And it was just how she was leaving the corner of the box and a mindset to do that. And it was her dad and them they were so excited because she's going to go somewhere and win something now with just a little help. Just a little help. But I just learned to win. Like, I wanted to throw my rope and win. It didn't make a damn where that calf was at. I was going to catch him. I didn't care. And for the longest time, I rode this horse. We called him Leonard Mulligan. I couldn't see. I learned to rope by feel because I never knew where the calf was because I'm so short-bodied I couldn't see the calf. And so I figured out where they at to rope because my dad one time said, Bird? I said, yes. He said, could you see the calf's ass? I said, yeah. He said, well, you know where his head is. Throw your goddamn rope. That's true. Swear to God. And I started doing it. That's how I learned to rope by feel because I couldn't see. But he said, well, if you know where his ass is, you know where his head is, throw it.
So everybody's worried about trying to just do everything the right, correct way. At some point, you just got to freaking go make a play and go win. You know what I'm saying?
No, you do. Like, I mean, I see things Larry D would say, like reaching, which some of these places it's good in my horse, but I would see it out there. Well, she's like, how did you even see to throw it there? I just did. You know what I mean? Like, you time up right and you did. I could see it. And that roping on that horse that I couldn't see on helped me with that, you know?
Y'all saw what Rodeo, where Breakaway was at today. Y'all saw that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That was the dream, and you're walking in it now. Where will Breakaway be in 15 years from now?
Well, what I hope is they get the money. I mean, I know everybody wants to rope in the Thomas and Mack, and that's great, but I don't think that's what it's about. It's the girls getting to rope for the money. We need to be roping for $30,000 a round too. I mean, they do. They've worked hard. They've earned it. We show up in numbers. I mean, us and the Barrel is the biggest event there, and I think that's where it needs to be. And if it ends up being the Thomas Mack or wherever it goes, that's great. And I think that'd be awesome. But right now, it's about the money because we're not getting in the Thomas and Mack.
Which the Scottsdale deal, Josie win 100-something thousand. So is it halfway there? Where are we at right now in the Breakaway? I don't know exact numbers. I was just asking.
I think Times Ranch, I was talking to him, agreed to pay the $1 million so we would have money. The PRC wouldn't take it. They said, you got to commit to 3 years.
Gotcha.
So they decided to have their own roping where you make all that money.
Gotcha.
And Haley Williams is actually the high money winner there. She's the one that won the 100-something thousand.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, Josie. She's won so much.
She's won so much.
Josie wins so much.
It could easily be Josie. Yeah, it's no
I'll
big deal.
just flip a coin and it's going to be her.
No, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's almost better to go to that in the American because you can make more money. Yeah, you need pro rodeo and do whatever. But for me, I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah.
And I make a hell of a lot more money selling real estate. To be gone and rodeoing all that time for, to dangle a carrot to be $5,000 around. It's a lot. I mean, girls, everything's expensive.
Yep.
And then like Larry D and them when they're gone, you don't get to go to these high paying jackpots. You don't get to sell horses.
Train horses. We just got in talking to her. I mean,
you don't get to do that. Now I can still sell real estate when I'm gone. And with Carissa and Stephanie, it really helps. But I do. It's I do better when I'm here. But
She
honestly,
said it's JJ Hampton Real Estate. They want to talk to JJ. They don't want to talk to nobody. They want to talk to JJ.
Yeah, you can see why. I mean,
well, some people do. I mean, it is, and my girls are great, and they can handle stuff. But it is better when I'm here.
yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? Because
It's like any business. I mean, it has to be self. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Walt's Auto Sales. Where's Walt? You know what I'm saying?
it ain't the
Yeah,
same.
we want Walt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite rodeo to ever run a calf at?
Well, I have 3.
3 of them. That's perfect. Mount Rushmore, whatever you want. I mean,
San Antonio, Fort Worth, and Reno. Those are my 3 favorites. Love those rodeos.
man.
Absolutely, just
Yeah.
I just love them because the other ones are quiet and loud, and then Reno's open. It's cool at Reno.
When are you going to Reno this year?
25th.
25th. June 25th, Reno, Nevada. Check it out. JJ Hampton will be there. I promise she's going to put on a show.
Buy your tickets.
Get your
Yes,
tickets.
show up. Yes, it'll be
Reno
good.
Rodeo Association, you might want to up your prices for the 25th because Let's Freakin' Rodeo is going to make that night special.
Well, I hope so. It's fun. Yeah.
Do you think in 15 years, girls are even going to be able to bomb it even farther?
Mm.
Or you think you can't really get much?
Well, no, I'm not saying that they can't. There's just not a lot of reachers.
Yep.
I mean, they don't see it or where. I don't know. I mean, plus some scores don't make it where you even have to reach. You know what I mean? Like you're out on them and they're long. Maybe a few. You're always going to have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I think you always have a couple of reachers, but that's not really in women's things. Those flimsy ropes, light ropes they use, how can they reach? They can't, and they're too short.
Yeah.
Like I club my rope. Me and Scott Cormos club our ropes. I don't cross them over. But when I rope, I drop a coil before I throw it.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Her
fun.
and Shad are the only 2 that I've ever seen do it, I think. I've never seen anybody else but you and Shad do that. Where did you learn how to do that, or did that just happen naturally?
It happened naturally. I didn't even know I did it till I was on the video with Jackie Crawford, and she said, "Rewind that." I was like, "Well, my coil." But anybody tries to do that, you can't control your rope. What? You try to do it without having.
Oh, I've tried before. Since I seen you and Shad do it, I tried. That ain't working for me.
No, it doesn't. It's a
So
lot
you
of
have
rope
2
control.
coils and you drop.
I only have
No.
1, but it goes. I let it out of my hand so my rope can carry.
Me and 99% of other people would drop their coil as they throw their rope.
Uh-huh.
The swing before she throws it, that
dropped
coil's
it before.
dropped, and then
Yeah.
What is the benefit of that?
So my rope will go further. I can reach. Like if
she didn't know she did it, Shad didn't know she did it. Let's just say it works.
it worked. I mean, I just figured out how to do it. That's how I learned to win. Like I'm saying, I didn't know I did it.
You asked the question in 15 years, probably after this podcast, everyone's going to be dropping their coil.
Probably. I mean,
Well, I mean, that's how I learned to reach. I use a 10.5. I've gone down to a 10.2, but they're stiff. Nobody likes my ropes. They're big, heavy, but they carry, and I can find my tip. When I'm roping right, and that's when I could reach and my ropes. I like a little. I have to have a little longer rope. I get confined. I feel like I'm tied to my saddle if it's too short. I don't like it. I've tried shortening up to be faster. Does not work.
JJ Hampton likes to be free.
I do.
Her name?
I like to be
Your dad,
free.
you said Daddy called you Bird.
J Bird.
Nickname, J Bird.
Uh-huh.
I had that on my notes about Johnny Wayne. I didn't know if you had anything, any stories to tell. I'm sure there's hundreds, but
Oh my God, my dad was so hard on me. I mean, holy smokes, was he hard on me. Angie and Ro, not so much. I don't really know why, but I got the brunt of it. I mean, he just was very, very hard on me, and the expectations for me to do good were very high. But when I started roping, I was 6 years old. My dad put me on his high-powered calf horse. I fell off every day. The last time they made me get on that horse, I fell off and the barrel was against the fence, and I missed hitting that barrel. But my mom said, "That's it. We're getting our horse." They bought me Shorty. Shorty had no stifle, wouldn't hardly stop, but that's how I learned to catch. I was not catching on this horse. I mean, I would run barrels and do all that in one, but put me on a horse like that and rope was too much. Like I couldn't do it. So it took me forever to catch. And my dad would tell my uncle, "She ain't never going to catch." You know what I mean? But I persevered. And honestly, I didn't really win an average till I was out of college. I would win. I mean, I won a couple college rodeos, but if I won, I 40%ed it.
Wow.
I mean, that's what I did. I was actually a better goat tire, chunky or not. I could goat tie. I was fast. Yeah, I was. Like, I'd go to high school. I'll never forget this. And I know they did. Like, who's this short, fat kid? And I went out there and was like 7'1" or 7'9", something. This goat went left at Cleveland, Texas. And after that, no more did they say something about me. I mean, they just didn't. Mm-hmm. Who's this short, fat chick?
What about? Hey guys, it's time for another weekly segment of Rodeo for Dummies, presented by Shady Rays. Get ready for your next ride with Shady Rays. Our friends over at Shady Rays have premium quality sunglasses. The biggest thing is you won't break the bank. Shady Rays is a private independent company that can rival the best sunglass brands you can think of, and the key is affordable. Durable frames, crystal clear optics, a wide variety of colors. Guys, any type of person, any type of style, Shady Rays has you covered. And here's my favorite part. If your glasses go MIA, you lose them in the arena, you lose them in the shoe, you lose them in everyday life, they have a lost and broken protection plan, so you'll be covered from day one. Not sure if Shady Rays is the right fit? You're all good. You can return your glasses within 30 days of getting them, and they have a team of support that if you have any questions, they'll help you out. Exclusively for Let's Freakin' Rodeo listeners, you can use code LF435 for 35% off your glasses at shadyrays.com. Join over 300,000 people who have given them a 5-star rating. Get your glasses at shadyrays.com. Now, Rodeo for Dummies segment for this week's podcast.
We've been doing this Rodeo for Dummies segment. It's sponsored by Shady Rays. Tell us about a winning breakaway run. So you're a world champion breakaway roper, and tell us how you achieve a winning breakaway run.
Well, I think when you go in the box to achieve a winning run, breakaway roping is more reaction. Y'all have time to take another swing and can make it up on the ground. And for people who watch breakaway roping, we don't have time. So I want to just say my thing for W's. If you see women miss, it doesn't mean that they don't rope good. It's just the sport we're in is so tough. You have to take chances. And you're not always going to catch when you take chances because you need to take shots that you normally wouldn't take or maybe aren't high percentage. So if you're a fan in the stands and you see a woman miss, don't go, just clap for and cheer her on because she tried it on, because that's it. It's about being a breakaway roper and make a winning run is being as fast as you can possibly be on the calves you draw. And it is a drawing contest. And our sport's a little more so than others because we get all the junk the calf ropers won't rope. And it's a little, if you're a fan, that plays a big part in it. But a winning run is nailing the barrier and taking a chance and lighting it up. Just throwing it when you get there, being in front of your horse when you leave the corner and catching the calf. But as a fan of breakaway, you should cheer just as hard if they threw it fast and missed, because it's what we have to do. And you're not always going to catch. We can't go and just try to catch the calf and win anything. So for someone who tries to rope fast and misses, they're trying to be a winner. And for that, I applaud them for it. It sucked you missed, but you know what? You tried it on and you were trying to win something.
Grandpa right
that's Pawpaw. Now that man right there took up for me. My dad would be in the arena having a fit, and he'd get out of the truck and pull his pants up and start cussing Johnny Wayne. Said, "How do you like that?" And he'd hush. But that was my savior. That man right there made me.
Would you say you took kind of your grandpa's coaching style or your dad's? I've been here for a couple practices with Kaysen. I'm just curious what your thoughts are. Well,
I try not to. I've been doing better about not yelling because that's just kind of what I was around. And it's not that I'm not doing that to him or he can't handle it. I could handle it. Because whether you beat me and you told me I sucked or you told me I was great, I used it to strive on. It didn't, mind games didn't work with me. Mm-hmm. And girls will try to do that. I'm like, get real. You know what I mean? You want to blow me up, you're not going to, because that's not what this is about. He just showed me love. That man went with me to college rodeos. He would wake up and come when we were playing quarters, drinking beer, and sit with us. We've been buddies since I was born. I almost drowned when I was young in a bathtub. And I don't know, I went with my granddad every day. I'd take my socks and shoestrings off and throw them out the window. And he said, your mom was going to kill us. And every day she'd put them back in, I'd throw them out. And I hung out with him every day. And that's what I did. I was with my pawpaw and we were thicker than thieves. He bought me a new, we just had a bond that was unbelievable. And he passed away in 1992 on July 6th. And I went to Amarillo that year, and I'll never forget. He goes, go win me a buckle bird. I said, okay, Pawpaw, I'm probably upset. I drew this crappy ass calf, but the damn calf tripped, threw his head up, and I roped him, and I won the damn rodeo. It was so awesome because I got to give him that buckle before he passed away. But that man made me. Like, he believed in me. And no matter what I did, whether I was in trouble with my parents or not, he'd save me. He always did. And everybody needs that in their life. You need somebody who believes in you like nobody's business. You know what I mean? And he did. He just, I don't know, my papa, he was everything to me.
Wow, that's unbelievable. The family, that's what I was talking to Cole about on the way up here. this family was so tight. I mean, from Papa, and I hadn't heard many stories about him, but that's so special, to Johnny Wayne, to, Miss Barb. I mean, amazing, tight-knit family, to you and Angie and Marty. I remember y'all going to the amateur rodeos and stuff. I don't know. I just, it's pretty special. Rodeo is really about family to me. That's one of the other things that we keep seeing in our guests. So I don't know. It's pretty cool and pretty special.
Well, my dad taught me the love of rodeo because he loved a rodeo, and he was a bulldogger, and he kept rope. But I remember bulldogging. Angie and I would haze for Roy, Bill, and all the bulldoggers down there. That there was an arena right by my grandma's house, and people would line up on the side of the roads at night and watch us practice. They'd pull over in their cars, sit on their tailgates, and watch us going on. So Angie and I, we were hazers all the time. We learned to haze, and I actually hazed for Jason Lair in college, and then picked up a few others. And that was fun. I mean, it was good. But my dad was the one that taught me the love for rodeo. He was gone all the time, so my mom really didn't know anything about rodeo, and she drove us everywhere. And my mom would turn out the chute, do everything. But I guess when I was little, I wouldn't throw my rope. I'm going to tell you 2 good stories about me because they're priceless. But one, we were in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and I tracked this calf. My mom was yelling, "Throw it, throw it." Well, I finally throw it, and I catch him. And I walk back up the fence, and I cocked my old hat on the back of my head and lean on the fence. I said, "I caught that sumbitch, didn't I?" My mom's mortified because, she didn't cuss, but of course I do. And yeah, it was like, I'll never yell, "Throw it again." But we started practicing nod, kick, swing, and throw. And that's how I learned to rope fast, because we practiced it. That's why I tell girls, if you practice roping in the arena, that's how you're going to catch. I practice 2 swings every time. I mean, Easy spoiled me because I never had to track up a calf. I never had to tune him up. He never cheated me. And I really didn't realize a horse just didn't do that. Yeah. That horse never cheated me. I roped 40 calves right out of the box every time. I mean, I would wreck Marty's Arena as far as I owned this place, because I just make hole right there, same spot every time. Never had to score that horse or tune him up. He just gave it all he got.
And you still got to take that one of the rodeos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
He was awesome.
It's irreplaceable to have a practice horse that you can make those type of runs on, but then to get that type of feel on a horse that is you get to make those type of amount and type of runs on at the practice pen, no tune, and then still take the rodeo. The confidence and the feel you have is
it's unbelievable. That's the one I won all that money on all them years. I mean, like, he was right. I wish I had him now, because to score, whether you had to see him out, they were fresh. That horse was so amazing. And actually, Marty bought that horse from RJ. My horse got crippled. And he was kind of high-headed, and Lord, he could fly. And Marty said, "Try this horse." So I tried him, and I rode him somewhere, and it didn't go that great. But I got a wire tied in, and I tied it between his legs so he would bow. It was lights out after I did that. And then they were all mad because that horse wouldn't work the rope, and he sucked. That's the best damn money they ever spent. I mean, I'm telling you, because I mean, that horse was so rank, and I love that horse, man. Yeah. I did. And actually, that year, I had Kaysen, or those years, and I'd only come up here and rope on Tuesday night. I practiced 1 night a week. I'd rope the dummy when I fed and did all that, but I was busy working with Kaysen, and that's what I would do. I would come rope 1 night a week. But like, we used to go to junior rodeos with, like you said, with Angie and Roe, and it was so fun. And Angie had actually done good at this one rodeo in Gustine, and I didn't. And Ledoit Northcuts, my mom said, "Hey, if the kids," she was trying to be nice to me too, win any prizes, would you pick them up? And I cocked my old hat back. I said, "Ledoit, if I win a ribbon, you can take it and wipe your ass with it, because I don't want them." my mom picked me up by the ear and carried me to the truck, and I mean. Yeah, I got in big trouble for that, but that man remembers me this day. Every time I see him, "You want any ribbons lately?" It was the funniest thing. But that's what I told that man. I was like 6 years old.
Always been like that.
Always. I mean, just whatever. My dad was that way, though. My dad would say things. I'm just like my dad. I'm a hard worker like my mom, but my personality is like my dad. Yeah. Right. Yeah, if I go to rodeos and my dad knew these secretaries like Sonny, well, she automatically liked me because my dad. And that's what I told Casey. I said, I'm friends with all these people, and I'm nice to them, and they like me. Mm-hmm. When you go to these rodeos, they're going to like you because they like your mama. And that's what, you lay a foundation. Yeah. And it matters.
It does matter.
It does matter.
I heard something about maybe some balls. You got a story about that?
Yes. Well, my dad would tell me when I won all these world titles, he said, if I had balls, I'd be rich. Because we didn't make as much money rodeo. My dad always wanted us to rope for more money. That's what he said. He goes, "Hon, if you had balls, you'd be rich." And that's what he said. And I'm like,
I'm not going to argue with him.
No, it was the truth. Yeah. So there you go. So when Cody O asked me to have, it was 9 years ago, to have a roping in honor of deck. He said, can you get 5,000 together? I did. Well, I separated and do my own, but that's why I do that, because my dad wanted us to rope for more money. And so I do that roping every year, and we don't make $1 off of it. We give it all back to scholarships to give to kids. But that's why we have it, is to honor my dad and the fact that he wanted us to rope for more money, and he knew we deserved it.
Man. So one person that hasn't got mentioned yet, it'd be your nephew, Marty. I mean, I can remember for years, maybe since 2013, 2014, you being in the stands at the Thomas and Mack with the signs and going crazy and everything. I mean, I know that means the world to him, even if he don't say it. How special is that to get to see him live out that dream that y'all worked on so many years? He's told me so many stories about y'all team roping. Marty Yates.
I'm his aunt.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
I'm his aunt. How do you not know that?
Sometimes I forget the stuff that he might not know. He knows a lot, but.
Well, I mean, like, we grew up roping together, and Angie always tells these stories. Like, I would be somewhere, and I call 1-8, 1-9, whatever it was. He'd been at AJ somewhere else. He's going to try to beat my time. And it was so funny. Like, Angie's like, no, just catch. All you got to do is catch. We don't need to beat JJ. Just catch the cat. But that was our little thing, and I didn't even know he was doing it. But we roped together, and I started taking the U Prairie rodeos. And my dad was like, you're going to burst his bubble. Like, you're going to crack his egg. Like, this isn't going to work. I go, no, we got this. And we'd go to them damn rodeos, and I kept going, and I showed that kid how to win. I mean, not that he didn't win at junior, but I showed him what you do, how you are to these people. I mean, how you rise to the occasion. And it wasn't the first year he didn't do very good. The second year he won the UPRA. He stepped his game up and figured it out, but it's only because you put your feet in the fire and you figure out how to. I said, yeah, the Cavs were. It was awful, and we always would laugh, but we went and learned how to win.
You could say that maybe he played a part in what he did in the PRCA, rough first year, and come back and do what he did the second year and win his first ever round at the NFR. I mean,
the first year he made it, the first round he won it.
Yeah,
I mean, he did, and literally, I'm not lying. I peed my pants in the stands.
You're that excited?
No, I mean, I jumped. After you have a kid, you understand. Y'all don't know, but that's part of women know. And it was just funny. And people said, you what? I said, yeah, who gives a crap? I mean, like, this is exciting. Everyone we went, and Lord knows we weren't wanting them to do bad, but I mean, we're cheering after every person because he won the round. And for us to come full circle and do that, because he has the same go for it attitude. Like, dude, we're not roping for second, we're roping for first. And we always say sometimes it gets you, but at the end, hell, I got all these world titles. I didn't get them because I went for second. I got them because I went for first. Yep. And I wasn't afraid to do that. And he's not afraid to take chances either. I think his roping has progressed a lot on how he can catch more calves and stuff. And it's all good. I mean, we all have to learn and get better, but I had a lot of fun rodeoing with Marty. And like, I remember we went to U Prairie Rodeo, and it was real dark at the catch pen, and we were one deer and one after, and I pulled up, JJ, and they're yelling, the guy, the shoot help back taking off ropes is yelling at me. He goes, even the shoot help like you? I said, yep. I mean, but I talk to everybody, you know what I mean? And Marty's not like me. Like, he's total opposite of me. He doesn't really want to talk to the people. He don't want to do all that, half-ass grumpy. Practicing with him is like a beat down, you know what I mean? I mean, I sometimes ask him for help, but he just so, I don't know. Like, I'll be talking to you and I know my head. Don't bother me. I don't care. I know what I'm doing. I can do it. Like, he wants it quiet. It's just so strange how he is so different. But I'm not the least bit grumpy, and I'm gonna talk to everybody. But it is. That's how he is. I mean, if you know him, he'll talk to you, but otherwise he comes across as grumpy.
He's that veteran now that you got to earn that guy's respect.
No doubt.
What is he, 30 years old? 29?
30, huh?
He'll be 30 this year.
Yeah, he's...
July 6th.
July 6th. He was born 2 years after my papa died on his birthday.
Wow.
So it's kind of a healing thing for us. I was going to tell you earlier, because papa passed away July 6th, and 2 years later, Marty was born on July 6th, and it was God knew what we needed, you know? It was just one of them things that it helped my grandma, helped everybody.
Let's talk about buying the right horse. How about that?
It's so tough. I mean, you try horses at home, I won't buy them unless I can take them somewhere, because they are not the same. When you're under the gun and your heart's beating and so's theirs, that it's unbelievable. So I'd say if you're going to buy a horse, you need to go try several. I mean, everybody's budget's different. Horses are extremely expensive, and it's hard to find good ones that will fit you. But you just got to go try them, and then go take them to a couple of jackpots. Take them to a rodeo, and then decide if you want to buy them. Because I bought a couple and didn't go places, and I regretted it when I did go somewhere. Because when their heart's pumping, they seem to be a little freer, and they don't get tight with you. So.
I've always wanted to know, you have young first year, second year, third year breakaway ropers. Horse markets are the last 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, every year, every day they get higher and higher. What is your advice on, do people overspend? How do you buy that right horse early in your career without breaking the bank?
Get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, you got to be in the right place at the right time. And I mean, there's so many people that trade horses that are looking for a horse. It's hard to find a horse.
It's a treacherous game.
It is. It's very treacherous. And a lot of people don't have 100,000 or 85,000 that they're asking for some of these horses. And I don't know. I mean, I guess if I found one that I thought was worth it, I'd buy it. I've been lucky and I haven't paid that much for my horses. I've got some that are pretty good, and it's been great, but you just have to go try them and keep looking on them, and don't just judge because somebody else wrote it how it works for them. You should go try it and see.
If there's a young girl, will it hurt her breakaway roping on a bad horse if she wants to save that money? Will that negatively affect her growth in the sport?
Well, yeah, if you're on a horse that don't get you there, you'll never be able to rope. You have to have a horse that gets you to that spot. I mean, I don't care who you are or what you are, you got to have a horse that works. And if your horse is, won't get in the corner, acts bad. I mean, we all know we're not afraid to give them medicine to calm them down. I mean, you got to figure out how to make it work. And the horse may not be bad if he has a little medicine in him. So just try something. I always say, don't be scared to try whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared. And if somebody tells you something, try it. If it don't work, go, but try it. It's worth it. Don't just be not open-minded to listening to things that might make you better.
Also, one comment I want to make, you can tell me if you agree or not. A horse is not a vehicle. It's not even a house. A vehicle is kind of set price. Hey, this is what you're buying. This is what you're going to get. Houses are similar. I think you can get deals or whatever. Just because you pay $100,000 for a horse doesn't mean in a month that's going to be a $100,000 horse, or that's going to be a $100,000 horse with you. Somebody might make this horse look really, really good, and then you go buy it because it felt good one day, but it might not be worth $100,000. Or if you go buy a $20,000 horse, they might be worth way more. A horse is an animal that changes every single day based on the rider, the training, the equipment, the nutrition, everything that goes into it. It's not something you just buy and, I got my $100,000 horse, I'm set. It ain't just a brand new Ford truck. I mean,
no, it's not. It takes time. It takes a while. Takes a while to get with a horse.
And there ain't no warranty.
There is no warranty. And I've tried a couple, and I'm not scared of something be wrong with them. I mean, I'm just not. I'll do maintenance. That doesn't bother me unless I use Signature Equine. If Charlie tells me JJ, then I try to listen. Sometimes, look, I like this horse. We're buying it. What are we going to do? Can we manage it? Yes, we can manage. Okay, I'm good. I'll go for it. So you got to kind of, those people go, I'm not buying a horse for that. There's no horse that's going to really pass a vet check. If you like it enough and are willing to, you do it. I think, depending on the price, I guess. But yeah, you can buy one the next week. I bought one and I thought, which Marty told me don't buy it, and I did. Yeah.
Ain't gonna work. Everybody's made mistakes. If you do this game long enough, you bought horses that you probably shouldn't have, I mean,
well, you have to, because sometimes you need a horse and you got to do whatever, and you got to find a horse to ride. And actually, one of the best ones we got is the one I bought him, but Kaysen rides him. He's just a small horse, but he's good. He's easy. Yeah. Easy to get up over. And that's what you got to have in breakaway. You got to have a horse that's easy to get up over. Because if you can't get up over your horse right then, you're doomed. Because if you think going down the arena catching the breakaway, you shouldn't even bought the damn horse, because you're wasting your time. You better have one you throw it on. And that's the truth. I mean, if you're going to look and you can't throw it fast, then you don't need to buy the horse, because you're not going to win. And that's unless you're doing it just for fun and good for you. But hell, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who you are.
I know some people that think that they can buy a horse. We make a deal, the check goes through, then they call back, hey, can you give me your money back? I mean, that's not how this works. You buy the horse, you decide. That's what happens.
Let's work backwards. Young girl has a goal to be a world champion breakaway roper in 10 years. If you had to set 4 goals, back that up. Okay, first goal this, second goal this, third, fourth. What would be the pillars? Okay, you're on the right track to achieve that goal.
And they want to do this in 4 years?
I said 10.
10.
So imagine they're probably elementary, middle school age.
12-year-old girl
wants to be
a world champion in 10 years. What are you going to tell her?
You just got to start working at it, and you got to start practicing at 10, taking a chance and throwing your rope. I know you need to learn to catch. You can rope the track cat, but you need to practice throwing your rope at least 3 or 4 times a day. at least, and then maybe rope a coat for your horse. But you have got to start throwing your rope, even at that young age. Calves are, it's nod and ride. The calves are slow. Practice throwing your rope. Get it out of your hand. And the key to being, when you start, honestly, I think, is you have got to find a horse that makes it easy, so that you don't get dashboarded, you don't get dumped. Because you watch kids that are on these powerful horses and they're too much for them. Well, they're not getting any better. They can't see, they can't rope. So it's crucial when they're young to get them a good, safe horse that helps them to get better. And then as you pass that step up, get a faster horse so that you can rope faster and get out better. And then surround yourself with somebody who'll help you and tell you real things that make you better, and that want you to get better. Because that's the key, and it's important. Because I think that's what it's all about. You got to do all these things and be talented, but your mind is the most important thing you got. And talent goes a long way. We know a lot of talented people, but they don't win, and they can't stay hooked with it because they don't have the mind for it. And you kind of got to practice, I think, work on your toughness, to figure this out, because you're not always going to win. And if you think you are, you're crazy.
What is there's those prestigious milestones: youth rodeo, high school rodeo, national champion, college rodeo. If you can go milestones, like, hey, I could be a national champion at this age, and what are those key things to win in middle school and high school that's like, I'm on track?
I don't even know that you have to win them, to be honest. I never did. You don't have to win all that. What you have to do is improve your game and keep trying to get better. Everybody peaks at different times. Like, you see these kids that win all this junior rodeo stuff, and then they just go downhill. You know what I mean? It was too easy for them or whatever, and they didn't have the mentality to keep going when it got tough. Don't worry about if you don't win high school, if you don't make it to state, if you don't make it to the college finals, if you don't make it to pro your first year. Dude, you're probably not. Most people go out there and rodeo their first year, and it's hell. You learn different scores. It's grueling. It's a totally different ball game. And that's what girls need to learn how to score, because there's a lot of rodeos you got to score, and they break lots of barriers because all these things that they have for them are nod and ride. My roping I have is a shoulder around the end of the gate. It's out there 2.5, 2.4, 2.6 wins it. No 1.9s, because I did that several times. But if you don't reach one of these goals that you set, do not let that think that you can't do this, because you can. Like, I don't want you to set a boundary for yourself and be deflated or defeated because you do that. Like, I'm not a goal setter. I'm just not. I want to win every damn rodeo I enter and let that shit happen at the end, because I'm worried about this. That down there don't matter if I don't win this. And I know there's those set a goal. Well, hell, everybody wants to be a world champion. Duh. If that ain't what you're thinking to start with. But if you're only focused on that, what are you going to do with rodeo? I'm focused on this right here. And that's why I don't remember years. I don't remember dates, because I'm this. I go to the next. I'm done. And that's how I do. I know in 1999, I was world champion all 4 events. And I walked home and saw that on the back of my trailer. And I stopped and I teared up. And I thought, holy shit. I just won the tie down, the all around, the breakaway, and the heading. Ain't no mother better than me this year. No one.
Not even close.
No. And I need divine intervention. Shit has to go your way. We all, it's for you to win it. But I will never forget that. And I won that. And I got a picture of Marty on one of my salads, and we're doing number 1. And my dad in the stands holding his hand up. And it was surreal, honestly, because that year there wasn't nobody better than me in no event. And to pull that off was pretty spectacular. And I don't really look at all the stuff I've won and go, oh, yeah. But that year, it just hit different. You know what I mean? To think that all this stuff that I've done and all these years that I've done this, and I'm still doing it, because between that and the world title I won was 20 years. So for the longevity and the stuff that I've had in this, has been incredible. Has it always been easy? Hell no. And for people,
it ain't gonna be.
No. And for people to think, it is not. The last few years have been a struggle for me, but I'm not quitting, and I sure as hell ain't giving up. And that's what you gotta have. You gotta be tenacious and not be scared that if it don't go your way to do it. So set your goals if that's what works for you. But I want to win every rodeo, and then the rest will happen. And that's how I think. But for little girls, if you win state, not everybody is going to win state. And not everybody makes it to state. And it doesn't mean you don't rope good. You just didn't do good. Don't mean you don't go back to practice pen and keep trying, because you damn well do. And I think that's something kids need to think about. As a parent, you want your kid to win and you want your kid to be successful. I do. And I've had to step back from that because Kaysen works at a different pace than me. He and Ricky aren't wired like me. They're not tough like me in ways. And so I'm having to, it actually is, it's in God's hands and God's timing. And you can't force yourself to be better, and you can't force yourself to do something. And Kaysen's coming along better now. That it's a process and you have to trust it.
You cannot force that on somebody. It has to come from within.
Oh, 100%, because he's not like me. I just wanted, and I told him, like, Ben, he tells me when we go to roads, all they do is asking questions about me. And I'm like, what? Really? He goes, Mom, it is so aggravating. I had no idea. I didn't know people were walking around asking about me, because I just walk around and goes, I'm JJ.
Yeah.
I'm Kaysen's mom. I'm nothing. I don't think I'm, and for him, and it was my sister the same way. You're JJ Hampton's sister. Well, that put a pressure on them that they couldn't. So I said, Kaysen, whoa, wait a minute. My kid is brilliant. He is so bright and so smart and retains stuff so good. His size has kept him, in my opinion, but now he's starting to get it and he's seeing it. And all this work he's been doing is paying off. And I love it. And that's why I love going and watching it, because this shit's fixing to happen. Like, it wasn't young and he started roping late, but I'm telling you, this shit's fixing to turn, and I'm going to be there watching it because it's happening. And I could tell in his step, he finally believes what I believe. Because that's what I said, son, I always will believe in you. I don't care if we miss. We just got to learn from it and move on. But he thinks if I get excited and yell that I'm mad at him. And I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him. I'm trying to teach him to do better, but I'm having to learn to be a better mom and different coach, because he doesn't take it like I do.
It's a hard sport we do that. Being, you're putting all this time, money, and energy into it. Coaching and parenting at the same time, and balance and all that is very difficult, I think. So you said you'd get to 8 rodeos in a weekend, sleep in your own bed. Dad and Grandpa didn't know how you was going to do it. Does that preparation, how did you do that? Tell me about entering. If a girl doesn't know how to get to rodeos or what to do or what the process of it, kind of tell me about it.
Well, yeah, and the U Prairie's were pretty easy then. You just call in and enter, and you get up when you wanted, and you figured out how you make all. But I've been doing it for so long, I knew. So when you go pro rodeo, you have no clue. Like, I didn't know where the announcer stand was at half the places. Sure didn't know where to go park. I mean, oh my God, like what was that one? I don't know. I would be in the middle of the street going down, ripping, almost hitting cars. It was just nuts, because I would not know where I was going and had no clue. But yeah, you need to find somebody to ask, because you've learned there's different runs that are better. There's different places you want to rope. I mean, and when you want to rope, and sometimes you can't get them, you can't get up. So you need to find somebody to get a feel for it. I mean, I would enter too many. And now we can only enter 80, so it's a little easier. You pick and choose maybe, or plan your logistics, but you got to find somebody, because I was just winging it. And I'd call and ask Marty, well, Marty don't enter like me. He's not going to go to all them rodeos. I mean, he's 60 rodeo person. That's how he is, but not me. I mean, if I'm in it, I'm in it. And that's the way I do everything. I'm full blown. So by God, I'm going to enter the damn rodeo. So I think you got to find somebody who does like you and thinks like you, that you want to enter, and figure out where you want to go. It's a little difficult.
Young kids too, the big thing that I'm seeing is just can't be timid. You got to be bold. You got to put yourself out there. People don't have the information they need. You got to go get it. You got to go find it. You got to go, hey, I don't know where the announcer stand is. You got to put yourself out there, go up to a veteran that you're going to see and say, hey, where do I go to get this information? And that's hard. That's a skill. It really is. It's to put yourself out there and to obtain information you don't have.
Well, you can't be scared to be made fun of, I think, kind of, because people are mean, and you shouldn't make fun of people. And I don't know. I don't really talk shit to people, but if you talk shit to me, you finna get it. Because I ain't playing that game. I don't talk shit. I respect you. I treat you with respect. Now, you can kid me around, but I'm just saying, there's people that want to talk shit to you. I'm like, and you picked the wrong woman to talk shit to, buddy, because you ain't getting me. I mean, that's just not how I am. I don't take that very well. You can joke with me and have fun, but I mean, people who are trying to be, like I had one dude one time, calf roper, Canadian, come up to me at this rodeo. It's so funny. And he says, you have purple boots, purple nails, purple saddle pad, purple hat. Do you like purple? I turn my head and I'm like, no, my favorite color's blue. Are you fucking dumb? Swear to God I did. But he's my friend now. He comes to talk to me. But his girlfriend said, oh my God, he come and told me what you said. I about died. But I mean, what kind of idiot asked me that? It just was so funny to me that, I don't know, probably shouldn't have answered that way, but I did. It's all good.
You gotta.
You
have
can't
that
be though. I
stuff.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a question. Maybe you're just trying to conversate with me, but it
You
kind of
gotta-
was like,
You gotta have
Like
that
Rick, you
stuff
said
to
you're
you.
intimidating.
I guess I don't know. Well, after
It's the
that,
r-
but he's my friend now. We got over it.
It's the real world. You gotta have that stuff to you, man. You gotta
Well,
go
yeah,
get it, man.
you can't be afraid to ask. Like, I'll ask any question. Like, when you got here, yeah, Ty's got a girlfriend. Who's the new girlfriend? What's he doing? I don't mind asking. If you don't want to tell me, don't tell me, but I'm going straight to the source. I'm not talking shit behind your back. I will go ask you anything I want to know. I mean, I don't, believe me, and people aren't shocked when I ask because that's how it is. I'm going to ask you.
What was Roy's quote? The tough.
Tough get tougher and the weak go home.
That's it.
I love that one.
That is so true because it is so tough and people, you give up too soon, I think. I don't think you can give up because, then, I mean, my goal was I was going to go to law school and be a lawyer. I did terrible on my LSAT and I was good at test taking. Well, God had a plan for me because otherwise I'd done good on that test, but I didn't. And then I rodeo and all these world titles later. I mean, I've got something money can't buy. Everybody chases these things and you want to do it. And it is great. Not everybody's going to be a world champion though. I mean, you're just not. So you got to do the best you can, and we all want to win it, but don't mean you're not good if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I enjoy going and, like y'all said, the TV and the fans, but the people that come up and find me and talk to me, or maybe they'll show up at the rodeo and I'm walking the arena. I was at one and they go, "Did we miss the break? We drove all this way to watch you." I go, "Well, we'll take a picture, do whatever." But it's really cool. I mean, it's kind of surreal to know that I have all these people coming to watch me rope or cheering for me at home and always text me and always message me and want to know where I'm doing. And the Cowboy Channel did that for rodeo because you wouldn't have known who I was or what I'm about or what I give to the sport and all that stuff. So it's this where it's come and how we are getting noticed is it's really awesome.
Mm. Wow. Well, we know you're busy and very successful. Can't wait to see you on the road.
Yes.
Reno, the 25th.
Yes.
Get your tickets. And thank you very much for coming on.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, JJ.
Yep.